Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, coffee time. That's it. That's where I look at the news. That's the intro. No point in hanging around. I've not had a look this morning, so I'm just pulling up the Daily Mail online website because, let's face it, it's the best source of news. Oh, everyone's grinding their teeth. Well, no one is because no one's watching. Just the missus. And that's all I do it for. Top story. This is the story of Karu Nakajima, and he is a billionaire apparently, and it's his birthday. So what do you do if you've got all the money in the world? Well, you buy up a Sicilian city. Yeah, he's hired several cultural institutions in Palermo for a 4-day birthday blowout. Here he is. He looks like he knows how to have a good time, doesn't he? He's yeah. So yeah, he's made his fortune by working his way up Amway, which is an American marketing firm. Okay, and yeah, he likes to party. There's lots of pictures of him partying. But yeah, he's hired out the Villa Igia, which is on Palermo's coastline. Looks very, very swish, doesn't it? Very swish. And the Grand Hotel. There you go. It's very nice. Very nice. That's the overspill. They're staying there. And he spent 30,000 euros on custom seating at the Politama Theatre. There you go. So he's really pushing the boat out. So I don't see what the problem is. But yeah, apparently locals are furious. They're furious because he's hired 2 5-star hotels, and other places because he's a billionaire and it's his birthday. And this is the top story. This is the top story. So yeah. That's it. But we go from one man with a lot of money to another man with a lot of money. Who remembers Noel Edmonds? Yeah. What's that? Operation U-Tree? No. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Noel Edmonds, here he is. He used to have his beard sprayed on. Look at that. I don't think that's the real colour. See, this is what happens when you get, it goes like this. I've been threatening the missus to dye my beard. I should do that, shouldn't I? It'd be quite amusing. But yeah, Noel Edmonds lives in New Zealand now, yeah. And he's been accused of colonising an area of New Zealand. Yes, for he's now lives in Ngātamotu, which is on the South Island of New Zealand. Because I don't know if you realise, but New Zealand is like an island chain, and yeah, old Nolly, he's buying up loads of property, and here he is posing with a sign for River Haven, where he now owns everything, and they say that the locals are furious. They're furious. Here he is posing with his business partner. No, that's not Matt Hancock or Boris Johnson. It's Mr. Blobby. But you weren't there, man. You don't know what it was like. It's like a Vietnam flashback. But yeah, people are upset because he's spent lots and lots of money. And he's purchased 12 properties worth 15 million, and he's opened a pub called the Bugger Inn. You sure? You sure they've not called U-Tree in on him? You sure? Where you can get drunk. He apparently has. There was some. Yeah, you can buy Dickens cider and Tits Up lager, and some. There's been a story, there's been a hit piece written about him saying that people don't like it. The New Zealand website Stuff They say they've interviewed some people and they say that he's colonised the village. However, some other people say no. It's really good what he's doing because he's brought money into the area. So that's the inside of his pub. But just be thankful that he didn't name it Crinkly Bottom, because it could have gone that way. He has a penchant for rude names, doesn't he? So yeah, and it could have looked like this. This was the theme park, the Mr. Blobby theme park he had back in the day. My God, So it could have ended up like that, but instead, he has properties like this now in New Zealand. So there you go. Yeah. That's it. That's the story. I mean, I could have said it was a deal or no deal, whether he was allowed to move in, but I didn't think it was. Particularly good. Didn't think that was a good joke. Yeah. Anyway, what else have we got? Are there any other stories here today? Car theft hotspots. I don't really own a car, but they've got a little infographic here so you can see where the areas are with the highest ratio of car theft. Are you on the list? Well, of course, Cleveland, that's a surprise, is in number 1, with London 2, South Yorkshire, Northumbria. It's funny because I'd have thought Norfolk would have been there, but they've still got a horse and cart at that part of the world. They don't actually own any motor vehicles. That's a joke. What's that? We've lost all the Norfolk watchers? No, we haven't, because they haven't even got the internet there. But yeah, so if you live in any of those areas, either don't own a car or move to an area that's not so crime-ridden, and then the crime will follow you. It'll probably follow you. Meanwhile, this is an update on the Holly Willoughby assassination kidnap attempt plot. Gavin Plum of Harlow, just down the road, over that way. He was in court accused of putting together a kidnap and restraint kit at his home and arranging for an American assassin to grab the TV star. Right, he pled not guilty to 3 criminal charges when he appeared at Chelmsford Crown Court today. Shall we look at? Let's look at a picture of Mr. Plum. Yep, he's definitely a plum. Yeah. So there we go. What else have we got? We have a neighbour row. It's not quite Neighbours from Hell yet, but celebrity interior designer Celia Sawyer, who's dubbed Mrs. Bling, she appears on Channel 4's 4 Rooms. They still make that. I remember her. That was the one where they used to do the auctions, wasn't it? I remember. I used to like that. Is that still going? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off the point. She's locked in a furious privacy row with her neighbour because he's got a new balcony, and she reckons he can peer into her garden, leaving her feeling uncomfortable when she wears a bikini. Let's see her wearing a bikini. I don't think she's got any reason to feel uncomfortable. In fact, that looks very a very comfortable bikini. But yeah, privacy. It's just she and her husband Nick didn't object to the retired accountant's plans to demolish a £2 million bungalow next to their home overlooking Poole Harbour and replace it with a modern 3-storey house. That could have been a grand designs. Here we go. This is the place, and they didn't object. But they were then, when it was finished, livid about the extended balcony, which they say overlooks their back garden and sun terrace. The 57-year-old said, "We object to being overlooked. When I'm in my bikini, I feel very uncomfortable." What do they say? If you got it, love, flaunt it. And that's what they used to say now. But yeah, she's also upset about an air source heat pump which has been built on the flat roof of Mr. Kennedy's house without permission. So yeah, it's a bit of a neighbours dispute. And this is in Sandbanks, where everyone's a billionaire, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if I've got any sympathy. It's like, I think she's complaining a bit, really, isn't it? You know? That's probably why I had it built. You could saw her in the garden and thought, I want somewhere comfortable to sit and watch, you know, in a bikini. So there we go. I mean, come on, she's not shy. Look, I mean, she's not shy, is she? But anyway, neighbours from hell. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get on with our neighbours? Wouldn't it be lovely? Meanwhile, Putin news. Did you hear the rumour that Vladimir Putin had died? Did you hear that rumour? I did. I didn't. I don't think I reported on it, but I heard this rumour. And well, anyway, Andriy Yusov, a Ukrainian military intelligence spokesman, said that a report last week by a Russian Telegram channel on the alleged death of the Russian leader was a strategy used by Moscow to see, how popular he was amongst the Russians. Yeah. Yusov said this way, the empire, which is built on the work of the secret services, learns how to continue to rule because it can respond to the response of the population. You know, if they all, start having a party, they think, oh, this isn't good. But I think it just kind of passed people by. The Telegram channel General SVR reported last Friday that the Russian president died, and he was using body doubles representing him in public. Well, the body doubles thing is, we know that's a body double because he looks different every time. His face changes, the earlobes change. And the channel claimed that Putin's body was resting in the freezer after his alleged death. There you go. So, but the Kremlin have denied it. So no, there he is. He's doing the can. There he is. So yeah, it was all a cunning plan, apparently. Reports of his death were exaggerated and unfounded. Meanwhile, we've got what would you call this? I guess it's cult news. This is a story of Sarah Camplin from Liverpool. She was driving an Audi A4 as she was making space on her driveway for other guests to park outside her home on June the 1st last year because she was hosting a party. It's described here as a drunken hen party. Well, you wouldn't want a sober hen party. It'd be pretty dull, wouldn't it? But yeah, apparently she had a prank and hit a Jaguar XJL. Right. The police were alerted by the Jag's owner, Raymond Miles, who just parked his car at the side of the road opposite Camplin's driveway and was still inside the vehicle with his wife at the time of the impact. And yeah, it was suspected she'd be drinking. And yeah, she'd be knocking back wine and cocktails with her sister at the party. So we're all magistrates' court. She pled guilty to drink driving and was banned for driving for 23 months. Here she is. I don't know, is this duck face? Could be a bit of duck face. So she's been banned from driving. She's looking a bit glum here, though. I don't know if she's going in or coming out of the magistrates' court. Problem is it's going to affect her job because she is a paramedic, yeah, and she might end up losing her job over it. So yeah, now there's going to be an investigation into the NWAS, that's the Northwest Ambulance Service, I think, said, "We're aware of the incident, however, we're unable to comment on any internal process that may take place." But yeah, Camplin was sentenced to a 12-month community order, which requirements that she undertakes 20 rehabilitation activity days. She was also fined £561, ordered to pay £540 in costs and a victim surcharge. She was given the option to take drink driving awareness course to reduced the ban by a quarter. So she recorded 111 micrograms of alcohol per 100 millilitres of breath. The legal limit being 35, so she's over 3 times the limit there. She added, I had 2 shots, then 5 minutes later I had another one because we were having a celebration. I realised in hindsight I shouldn't have had the 3 shots. But yeah, just moving her car. Very, very, very silly that. And now her job's at risk. Very, very silly. Very, very silly. Meanwhile, if you're looking for somewhere to rent in London, we may have the place for you. Nipesh Jan, who owns a taxi cab business, listed a basement apartment in Croydon, South London on Facebook Marketplace late last night, so it might still be available. And here it is. I don't know. I think it looks. It's very desirable, isn't it? What do you call that? You call that compact bijou? Yeah, bijou. I mean, just need to scrub down with a sponge and some Ajax, maybe. Not too sure. Is that the front door? No, it wouldn't be the front door. You wouldn't walk straight into the bathroom, would you? And there's some comments. People said how it didn't look very nice. Didn't look very nice. Some said it looked like a torture room. Some said it looks like a tunnel. But yeah, it's very reasonable. Very reasonable. It's £700 a month. Very reasonable. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So that's it. That's it. And it's unfurnished, and you are living in the basement. So that's where people go to kill themselves, isn't it? So yeah, if you're looking for a place, very reasonable. There you go. That's the place for you. Oh dear. Meanwhile, more drink driving news. This is the story of Marius Viorel Amari. He's a Romanian driver, and he was driving through Aycliffe village in County Durham on Friday. I don't know if this was this Friday or last Friday, when he was caught on camera doing this. Here we go. He's going round the roundabout and nearly manages to topple the lorry. There we go. And of course, when they got him, they discovered he had 131 micrograms of alcohol per 100 millilitres of breath. And a spokesman for Durham Police said drink driving is inexcusable at the best of times, but to put a heavy goods vehicle into the mix, it's almost unbelievable. So yeah, he was almost 4 times over the limit. Let's see. I've got a picture. Here he is. This is the guy you need to. If you want your lorry driven, don't hire him. He was banned from driving for 3 years and given a 12-week prison sentence, suspended for 12 months at Newton Aycliffe's Magistrates Court. Of course he was. Of course. He's also ordered to pay £85 costs and a surcharge for £154. So there you go. That's not good. Not good. Not a good one, that. Yeah. So they're not good. Meanwhile, I have an update on the Neighbour from Hell dispute between Kevin Grogan and Mohammed Alam. Remember, this was up in Rochdale, Greater Manchester. There was a neighbours at war dispute where Mr. Grogan had put up a gate to a communal lane between the 2 houses. Well, it's escalated because he'd stored some bricks in this. Well, it looks like it's just an alleyway, and Mr. Allen threw them in a skip. And here he's retrieving his bricks and putting them back in. And he says, see there, he's getting the skip. So it's not ending. It's carrying on. It's carrying on. This is a 4-year battle between Allen and Grogan because of security cameras and blocking off this communal path. And it's all there is Mr. Grogan in a skip. Yeah. Top story, that. He doesn't look a happy man, does he? He doesn't look a happy man at all. But yeah, he likes filling the area with building materials and various debris, and the neighbours aren't having it. Oh, here he is. This is an update. This is a CCTV images where Mr. Allen said Mr. Grogan came to him with armed with a machete. As you can see, there is something in his hand. He looks like a particularly unpleasant individual. So there you go. But that's what happens. And the only thing you can do, you know what you can do? Move. That's the only thing you can do. Move away. And hope they don't follow you. Meanwhile, right, are you having mental health issues? If you're watching this, you probably are. You probably are. You're probably a little bit doolally, aren't you? You're probably a bit weird. Well, researchers have discovered why you've got mental health issues, and you're going to be shocked, right? You're going to be shocked. This is a good one. So I'm just reading ahead. Apparently, the reason you're mental, a little bit, funny in the headspace department, is because humans back in the day used to have sex, right, with cavemen, other than Denisovians. Yeah, apparently this is why you're a little bit weird, right? 60,000 years ago, humans were having sex with a now extinct subspecies, the Denisovians, and researchers discovered that a gene variant linked to the crossbreeding of humans and those Denisovians affects our mood. Those with the variant have lower levels of zinc in the body, which is a nutrient that's associated with mood and happiness. Scientists said that SLC30A9, that trips off the tongue, is the most widespread Denisovian gene discovered to date, starting in Asia and spread to European and Native American populations. Only recently, with advances in genomic sequencing, they've been able to trace human DNA back to our ancient ancestors. And it is that a Denisovian? I don't know. I don't know who he is. And he looks like he's deep in thought. He's thinking, is that a Denisovian? And are they easy? But yeah, apparently. Elena Bosch, the principal investigator and leader of the study, said her team identified an adaptive variant amongst the current human population in the region of our genome that bears remarkable similarity to the genomes of an extinct ancestral population, the Denisovans. We discover this mutation should add implications for the transport of zinc within the cells. There we go. So the reason you're miserable is because your ancestors had sex with a caveman. The wrong caveman. Meanwhile, this is archaeology news. Where does it say where it is? Does it say where it is? I'm trying to find it. Nope. But it's reported in the German newspaper Bild, right? And they found this couple buried side by side. Look, that's me and the missus, that is. Look, me and the missus, we're never getting away from each other. We're never getting away from each other. I reckon they could have been like important dignitaries. Right? The really interesting thing, though, is when they examined the female, who was just over 5 foot tall, top of her skull was missing. I reckon that, who knows? Who knows what happened? But who knows? It's a mystery. And they're not sure whether they died separately or together. But seeing as her facial bones are missing, it might have been one of those early murder-suicides. She would nag him. Have you put the bins out? Did you feed the cat? And he just snapped. He just snapped. It was found in the former royal palace in the German state of Saxony. So yeah, they reckon they were a wealthy couple, dignitaries that were buried, and they can't explain why the female skeleton was in the condition it was in, because his was fairly intact. And from this angle, you can actually see. Look, the top of the skull is missing. Ooh, interesting that. So there you go. Meanwhile, Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy who was behind the FTX collapse, he's found guilty of fraud, and he's looking at 115 years in prison because he was found guilty of embezzling $10 billion of clients' money, and yet he's going down. He's going down to Chinatown. Indeed. Here he is going into court. I do like the court picture. Look at that. I think that's meant to be him. Doesn't look like him. But the best picture is the picture of his parents after the guilty verdict was read out. Yeah, he'll be all right. They'll let him go. He didn't. It was a money crime. They don't worry about those things anymore, do they? Where are we? Right, scrolling down. Lost me place. They refreshed the stories again. They have. This is interesting. The iconic Watford Gap service station on the M1 is going to be demolished. It was the gateway to the north. Now it's very important. It's a very important place because a lot of the rock stars of the day used to travel through there. So here it is. This is the Watford Gap. It's going to be demolished. But back in the day, people like Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones were there because you stopped there to go to Birmingham and whatnot. It was a very iconic place for rock stars. I think Hendrix went there, the Beatles, everyone went there. And it was immortalised by Roy Harper. He wrote a song about it called Watford Gap. It's the Watford Gap, a plate of grease and a load of crap. It's poetry. That's from the album Bull in a Ming Vase by Roy Harper from 1977. It will be no more. I expect Roy Harper to update it, maybe do a new version, who knows. But there we go. Meanwhile, Birmingham's having a Cake International Festival, and so got some pictures of some very fancy cakes. If you're a fan of Bake Off, you think, oh, those are nice cakes. These cakes go to a completely new level. This is Jane Lashbrook's homage to, it's Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. This is Cake International at the Birmingham NEC. Let's have a look at the next one. That's Mrs. Doubtfire. That's good. Very, very good. See, they couldn't do this on Bake Off. Blimey, it's actually life-size. That's amazing. Sharon! And there's King Chuck, looking like he's been, I don't know, it's like from a Wallace and Gromit film. Big hands, big sausage fingers. Yeah. I don't know about that one. There you go. These are really good. Oh, Jesus. Again, it's I guess it's for Halloween, that one. Yeah, it must be, because there's Hellraiser, Pinhead himself. This one carrying a big cakes in. Oh, he's a good one. Oh, a very fanciful one. Again, I don't think Bake Off's ever going to be the same again after that. There you go. So if you're in the Birmingham area and you fancy a slice of cake, you couldn't eat that stuff though, could you? Just look at it. You couldn't look at that. And what else have we got? Still trying to find some animal stories. I'm worried that there aren't any. Oh, here we go. Found one. Found an animal story. That's good. Just going to scroll down and see if there's anything else. No. See if I've got anything in the funny folder. You never know. Oh, yeah, here we go. I mean, this was an update. I've got a couple of updates to do. I'll do that one in a minute. Yeah, we're going back to the right to the Somerset Gimp, Mr. Joshua Hunt. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. Joshua Hunt, here he is. He's been found guilty of being the Somerset Gimp. You got to say it like that. Here he is. Though that's a pretty tight suit, isn't it? That was in Bleeden near Weston-super-Mare. And here's some of the masks that he found. It doesn't look like the same thing. It's anyway. He's been found guilty. He's been found guilty. A judge has imposed restrictions on Hunt's behaviour following a hearing at Bristol Magistrates Court. This is a week after he was convicted of 2 offences under the Public Order Act of intentionally causing harassment, alarm or distress. But now he's been banned from 5 years from wearing masks, dressing in all-in-one black outfits at night and crawling, wriggling or writhing on the ground in public. What if he's having a heart attack? What if he's having a heart attack? Lie still. You're not allowed to writhe or wriggle. So yeah, that's the... Yeah, they reckon Hunt had been linked to 25 incidents in total. So it's all coming out now, you see. There's also been restrictions placed on Hunt's computer use and access of the internet. Imposing the order, District Judge Joanna Dickens said, I'm satisfied you have done a series of acts of a sexual nature. I've been informed that they are, and certainly fall within the terms of the Act. They are clearly acts of sexual nature with a sexual element to them. A sexual risk order is quite a serious order, and there's a lot of obligations for you. And if you breach this order, you can go to prison. But yeah, at the trial, he actually said to police, I'm not a gimp. I do not own a gimp suit. I'm not in a gimp suit. I'm not dangerous. I'm a normal person. I have got a few problems. But he had also researched news and videos online about the Somerset Gimp, who'd been terrorising people back since 2018. There you go. The farmer's son had previously been arrested on suspicion of causing public nuisance in connection with a series of events in the Cleve, Clavering and Yatton areas last year. But due to insufficient evidence, no further action was taken. Now again, he got it wrong. He got it wrong. He didn't think clearly. Now, if he'd have slipped on his gimp suit, rocked up to the local pride event and wriggled and writhed on the floor in front of all the children and all the people, they'd have fucking given him an award. They'd have given him a rosette, a rainbow rosette. But you see, he wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking. See? Mr. Hunt, next time, do that. And you'll get a pat on the head. They'll go, well done. Normalise the kink. Normalise the kink indeed, sir. But yeah, this is a very serious story. It's very serious. Who remembers Bobby, the world's oldest dog? He was a Portuguese Mastiff, here he is, who lived to the age of 31, and he died recently, right? Well, anyway, there's scepticism there. If he's the same dog, yeah. Vets wondered whether it was biologically possible for a dog to live to the equivalent of 200 human years. Well, he's a dog. He's not a human. And now the Guinness World Records are now investigating whether the claim that the Portuguese Mastiff was actually, genuine, whether he did really live that long. And there's been intense scrutiny online of images from Bobby in 1999, and which he has different coloured paws to the dog which died in Portugal on the 21st of October. Now let me stop you there, right? If you looked at a picture of my dog Alex when I first got him, and then looked at him before he died, you'd have said it's not the same dog. Because guess what? They change. They change, over the years. Right? Vets have also raised other doubts. Although his age had been registered on a national pet database, this is usually based on the owner's self-certification. Oh dear. Furthermore, genetic testing received merely confirmed that he was old, rather than his precise age. So now, the Guinness World Records are looking into his age. Come on, let us have Bobby. Damn the internet. The internet won't let us have anything. There's always some anal retentive arsehole who's just, look at his paws, look at his paws. Well, I'm sorry, I believe that Bobby is the world's oldest dog. And this is a hill I'm going to die on. But yeah, Bobby snatched the world's oldest dog crown from Spike the Chihuahua, who died at 23 years and 7 days in 2022. But the oldest recorded dog was Australian's Bluey. We've got a Bluey, who died in 1939, aged 29 years and 5 months. Right? But yeah, the Costa family, who owns Bobby, said there are good genes in the lineage. His mother lived to the age of 18, whilst another family dogs died at the age of 22. So there you go. So there you go. I like to, but I believe we're gonna stop it now. I think I've got one more up for you, and then we're gonna stop. But yeah, you've heard of snakes on a plane. Yeah. How about fish on a train? Yeah, that really did happen. That is a real picture of fish on a train. Yeah, that was on the East Coast Main Line. And the tank was full of water and had fish inside. And they balanced the tank on a folding table and used the onboard power outlet to power the air filter of the fish tank. So there you go. There we go. We've seen it all now. We've seen it all now. Though I did take my fish to the vet once. Yeah. So yeah, so I was that guy, and yeah, it looked. If I can get it up, there's a picture. There's always a picture. It looked a bit like this when I took my fish to the vet. It looked a bit like that. That's again taken from Better Call Saul. And when that appeared, Mrs. looked at me and I looked at that and said, I did that. Anyway, let's see if there's. She's laughing. Let's see if there's anyone in. DJ says, "Lol." And Jesus and David in, he says hi, and I say hi back. And Spacey says good stuff. Got plans? Me? No, I've never got any plans. I don't have money to have plans. The only plan is to make lunch. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, I just go to the site and I look at the stories and we try and make some fun so I can make the missus laugh while she eats a sandwich. And we did another week, and we'll do it again on Monday. And that's that. So hopefully you enjoyed it. There's only one thing left to say, and that is drink it up and have a good weekend.